It is time for a rodeo, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for round 19 of this 2025 season, and it is the United States Grand Prix here in Austin, Texas. Who will be crowned the new king of COTA, or will we see a familiar name at the top? Five red lights. It's lights out, and we're racing in Austin. Perfect launch of the line there for Max Verstappen. Lando Norris is trying everything to stay with him, but going round the outside is Charles Leclerc on Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton doing the same. The Ferraris making gains at the start of this Grand Prix, as they did last year here in Austin when he went on to win. But it's Max Verstappen in the lead from Charles Leclerc. Then it's Lando Norris feeling the pressure now from the other Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton. Behind him in fourth. Behind Hamilton comes Oscar Piastri, and then comes George Russell. This is the start then. Verstappen got a good launch, as did Norris, but then Norris had to back up a little bit to make sure Verstappen didn't crash him out, just like Norris got crashed out in the sprint, and then that's allowed Leclerc to have an opportunity of getting past Lando and through Charles went. So you can see this launch there. This is Piastri that we are seeing behind. I think this is Lewis Hamilton on board. Oh my word, that was so close with George Russell. This is how Alex Albon got spun round, and he got spun by the Sauber of, I think it's Gabriel Bortoleto, that Alex Albon got spun by. That's a move from Carlos Sainz in the Williams down the inside, and it's a lovely move once again from the smooth operator. That is Carlos Sainz, who's parked up the Williams after making contact with Kimi Antonelli. I think he's made contact with. I'm not sure. That's why Antonelli's down in 19th, but Sainz is out. Now let's see. Sainz went to the inside and, oh dear, collided, swiped and clobbered into Antonelli's Mercedes. That is the Italian's chances of points surely gone after that incident with Sainz.
The race. Yeah, copy, saw that, mate.
I think Sainz will take the blame there, but he will think that Antonelli gave him no room when he went to the inside, and sadly for Antonelli, he's out, as is Sainz.
Sorry guys, Antonelli just
Here we go then, Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris fighting for second. Norris needs these points to keep himself in this championship battle. He needs to get past Leclerc if he wants to have a chance of getting after Verstappen. Leclerc covers him off on the inside, but now Norris will try to switch back out of turn 12 into turn 13. Norris tries round the outside, but Leclerc is holding off the McLaren bit by bit in order to see who can take second place here. Norris is trying to switch back again, but once again the Monegasque driver in the Ferrari is hanging on to that second place. Norris is trying to see if he can find a way past Charles Leclerc. He's gaining, he's going to try round the outside. Charles Leclerc keeps him coming. Norris will try again, but he can't go down the inside. He'll try round the outside. Oh, Charles Leclerc, this is it. But Lando Norris, Norris goes off the track. He would have thought that he got forced off, but that could be a track limit warning. Surely Norris is close enough to get past Leclerc. Leclerc covers the inside. Norris goes round the outside. And finally Lando Norris is through on Charles Leclerc. The McLaren driver moves into second place. And hopefully he can now get on to Verstappen. It will be tricky, but Lando Norris has finally cleared Leclerc, and he can now start to pick up the pace. And in that McLaren car, I think Leclerc went for a move to the inside, but couldn't find a way through on the McLaren.
Busy, we just got off third strike, track number 13. We think you were pushed off, but we've had a black and white flags. Be careful. I know.
On board with Lewis Hamilton then, who's never had a podium so far this season, looking for his first Ferrari podium this year. And at the moment, he is fighting his teammate for it. Charles Leclerc is staying ahead of Hamilton for the time being. They almost touch the two Ferraris. They're scrapping like they did in the sprint yesterday. Hamilton tries to go for the switchback, but Leclerc keeps his new teammate right behind him. And Leclerc hangs on to third ahead of Hamilton. The Ferraris are really scrapping there for third place, but I'm sure Leclerc is going to come in this lap. Yes, he is. Box is the message they're saying to Charles Leclerc to get rid of those soft tyres and go on to the mediums. If Leclerc wants to have a chance to get back ahead of Norris, he's got to make the stop. Norris is in. This needs to be good for Norris. Oh no, that looked a little slow. Once again down at McLaren, we are seeing the second driver have a slow pit stop. What's happening then with Lando Norris? Into turn 12. Oh, it was a lock-up, and Norris has lost a heap of time. What we're watching here, Yuki Tsunoda and Ollie Behrman fighting for 7th place. Tsunoda keeps it going. Behrman goes onto the grass, and Behrman spins round. Tries to make a move on Yuki Tsunoda, and Ollie Behrman has spun round at turn 15, I think that is. But that is a huge shame for the British rookie in the Haas. Behrman spinning out of 8th place, what would have been 7th if he had got past Tsunoda. But unfortunately for Ollie Behrman, he's going to have to try again. But that spin has cost him a chance dearly. I don't know what Tsunoda will think of that. Ollie will think that Tsunoda moved. Yeah, I think Tsunoda moved briefly. I think the stewards might have a look at that, and Behrman will report that Tsunoda moved under braking, and hopefully we'll get his radio. Yeah, I think Tsunoda did move there, and Behrman did report that he moved under braking, so let's see if slow motion. Yeah, I think Tsunoda moved under braking while Behrman went for the move. Lando Norris is hoping that any mistake will cost Charles Leclerc second. Norris wants to go for it. He goes down the inside into turn 1, lunging on the Ferrari, but not quite good enough. As Charles Leclerc holds on to second place ahead of the man second in the World Championship. Norris is pushing Leclerc to try and make a move. Down the long back straight we go. Lando Norris is feeling it, he's close, and he's looking close. This time he goes to the inside. Surely he's got Charles Leclerc here, and he has. Lando Norris up into second place. He's finally got past the Ferrari, and he can now try and get out of Verstappen. Let's see the replay. Norris went for the dive into turn 1, but it went wide, which allowed Leclerc to hang on to that second place. But then down the back straight, on board with him, Norris came back to the inside line, and he'll say to Leclerc, thank you very much, and I'll take that second place and important points for the championship. This man is getting even closer to the championship now, as he comes out of the last corner, and once again, it's Max Verstappen, victorious at the US Grand Prix, and he continues to get himself even closer in the championship battle. He's now 40 points off the lead. It is far from over.
40 points.
Another very impressive weekend, Max. Extremely well done. Enjoy the celebrations. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, well done, mates. Unbelievable weekend. Really, really good. Thank you very much, everyone. And yeah, be good flight back, mates.
Max Verstappen is proving why he's the reigning world champion, and he is looking really good to continue fighting for a 5th consecutive world title. The most successful Red Bull driver of all time is literally not out of this title fight. With 5 races to go, it's definitely game on at the top of this championship. Can't wait to see what happens in Mexico next week.